It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got two teams who were AFC rivals for almost 25 years. It's the Raiders and the Hawks, and it's all up next.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As I remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia, he was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Here we go, strike!
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. And incomplete to open things up.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. They juked him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The Smith throw caught here by Metcalf. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards that time for number 14. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Let's go.
Now Geno on 1st down. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap, and the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he gets it to Bolden. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Carr to throw again. And that's complete to Adams. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
To throw his car. Over the middle, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Jacobs will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And it's caught. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Love the effort, love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Touchdown, Raiders!
Darren Waller with a touchdown grab from Derek Carr. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This one fielded at the 5. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I showed my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Geno. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno down to throw. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here's Walker.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half.
Again, Walker.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Carr now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 61 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Myers' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports halftime report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity, unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Foster Moreau.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are back within a score.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From the 6.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The Raiders have the ball back, and here comes Devontae Adams to the field again.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Carr's
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Pushes past him. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 20.
68 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. This is caught. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now Myers for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
So Carr and the Raiders now down 24-14, 2:13 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. On first down, Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Carr to throw. That's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On play action, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
So the victory here for Seattle.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.